Red Nation, are we here?
The best show for Chicago sports.
Oh my God!
Yeah. What's good? What's good? How y'all feeling today, man? It's your boy Pat the Designer back at it again. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with me as always. On the show today, gonna be previewing the Bulls-Bucks Game 5. Bulls have an absolute uphill battle here. It ain't gonna be easy for them. Some reason the music started over. We don't worry about that later.
The best show for Chicago sports.
We also gonna look at how Bulls fans should look at this season. How are you going into the offseason feeling about your team? We're going to talk about that as well. And how does this team improve? Also, got to get into a little bit of Bears talk. Robert Quinn could be on the move. We dropped a video about that yesterday. You like that or not? As always, man, hit that like button, subscribe to the page. We do talk Chicago sports daily on this channel. It's the only channel talking Chicago sports, how Chicago talks. So make sure that you get in tune with us, man. Let's get to the show. How y'all feeling today, Chicago? What's good? Appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us for another episode of the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Live. Y'all know we live and in action. Make sure that y'all...
Push the button. Come on. Push the button. Come on, push the button.
Yeah, come on, push the button.
You might as well. You're sitting in here doing nothing anyway. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. We do talk Chicago sports daily on this channel. It's the only channel talking Chicago sports, how Chicago talks. So make sure that you get in tune with us, man. Let's get it cracking. How y'all feeling today? At a minimum, right, you go into today still feeling like, hey, it might not go the way we want it to go tonight, but we're talking about it might not go in the way we want it to go in the playoffs. That's how I'm feeling today. That's how I'm talking about it. That's how I'm looking at my Chicago Bulls. Game 5 is an uphill battle. I said yesterday there was a sliver of hope, or I said today on Locked On Bulls as well, there was a sliver of hope that Zach LaVine might play. That sliver has not been found. He would have had to do so much just to actually be able to get on the court, pass a bunch of tests, not have any symptoms, a lot of things like that, stuff like that, right? And hopes that it's a false positive. That did not happen. Zach LaVine will be out tonight. Alex Caruso will be out tonight. And so now, you go into a potential closeout game with your back against the wall and without your best guns, without two of your key pieces, without two of your dogs on that side, right? How do you fare in that situation? How do you find your way to a win? If it was any other team, right, you might even be able to convince me that the Bulls could find a way to get it done. But you're facing the world champions. I might be able to see red myself enough, right? I might be able to see red myself enough versus other teams. But I can't see that much red versus the world champions. If the Bulls pull this off tonight, I don't think it'll be a surprise just to me. I think it'll be a surprise to the entire city of Chicago, the entire state of Illinois, the entire state of Bulls Nation, See Red Nation. But is there something you can take from tonight, right? Are you still going into the night rooting for a win? Even though you know, right, it probably doesn't end in a series win. I definitely am. 100%. And I'll tell you why. Because a win tonight means that we saw something we didn't expect to see. I'm not just talking about the Bulls upsetting the Milwaukee Bucks, right? I'm not just talking about the Bulls upsetting the world champions in a game on their floor. But for the Chicago Bulls to win tonight, we have to see something from Ayo, Kobe White, Patrick Williams, Javonte Green, Derrick Jones Jr., somebody that we didn't expect, right? We have to see something from somebody we did not expect to take off to have an astronomical game. Because even if DeMar gets 25 tonight, which he hasn't really been able to do -1 game 2 in the playoffs, right? Even if Vooch goes off for his norm, nice little 22 and 10, 22 and 12, whatever it may be. Heck, he was averaging 17 at one point. Those two alone isn't enough for you to be successful. Those two alone isn't enough for you to get to the next step, to get to the next level, to beat this Milwaukee Bucks team. It's just not. But I'm cheering for a win tonight because if the Bulls get a win, that means I saw something amazing from Patrick Williams tonight, either on the offensive or on the defensive end. That means I saw something amazing from Ayo Dosunmu tonight. That means I saw something amazing from Kobe White tonight, right? Because for you to get a win, those guys are going to have to just about play 40-plus minutes each. Coming in tonight, your bench, Troy Brown, Javonte, Tristan, Tony Bradley, DJJ. You feel good about that right now? I don't. I wouldn't want to see those guys on the floor right now. So you might as well show me something. But this is almost like the perfect bow on the season, right? Zach LaVine ends up getting COVID to finish out a season that is riddled with injuries. It's like the bow to the season. It's the exact way it's the only way it could have ended if it does end tonight, right? But ends up taking the Bulls out 100% injury. What ends up taking the Bulls out to the point where they can't even field a team that has enough talent to compete in this game? Injury. You struggled with all the talent you got, and now you take two key pieces off of this team. It's going to be an absolute, uphill battle. You're climbing Mount Everest tonight. Let's see if they can get to the mountaintop. But I am still going to be cheering for this team as I have all season. I am still going to be live calling the game, rooting for my boys as I have all season. And I'm not going to be nothing in this playoffs, right, that we saw is unexpected based on the team we played. What we saw at the end of the season, unfortunately, is who the Chicago Bulls are. What we saw coming down the stretch is unfortunately who the Chicago Bulls are, right? Because as you come into the end of this season and you head into the playoffs, what are we talking about the Bulls struggling with? Struggled against bigger teams, weren't shooting the ball well, defensively really didn't have enough fight. I'll say if one thing we saw in this series, at a minimum, the Bulls tried to fight defensively. First couple games, they played well defensively. Last couple games, they tried. We didn't even see them trying at the end of the regular season, right? There was some games we were like, dog, did y'all even show up? As you welcome into the channel, man, the myth, the legend, formerly known as Ringo J. Mr. Stefan Nadon is in the building.
Yo, what's good?
How you feeling, my boy?
Gotta use the beef. Gotta use the beef. You know, you gotta elbow in. Shout out. That's what they need tonight.
That's what they need.
That's
beef.
what they need.
Oh boy, here come the D Wade fan.
Nah, what's good? I'm feeling good. What's up with y'all?
Hey, it's gonna be an interesting night, dog.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of mugs on Twitter talking about they ain't coming to watch the funeral. So,
and you know what? They probably wasn't there when we was dead before. So
yeah, that's it's a
team's
lot going on Twitter this morning. I'm not gonna hold you.
I'll tell you this right now. My team's in a closeout game, no matter what, no matter who's playing, no matter how bad the team may look, I'm going to be watching there because I've seen this team win 22 games, 21 games, 18 games. I'm going to be here. Yeah, I'm saying, like, there's nothing that's going to pull me away from this, from the TV tonight with my Bulls on the TV screen. And it's okay.
Hey, Blank. Hey, you already know. You already know. Got them boys up out of here. On to the next. We on to the next, baby.
What's your thoughts on the game tonight, man? How do you feel like it's gonna go? How do you feel like the Bulls are gonna do you think it's even gonna be close? I think on Locked On I picked one. I said the Bulls would lose 110. What did I say? 110-98, I think.
I said 113-87.
Yeah, dang.
113-87.
Not that much of a difference, but yeah.
Hey, no Zach, no AC.
It's gonna be an uphill battle, man.
Fam, legitimately. I need P. Will to give me a DeAndre Hunter game last night. I need P. Will to give me a DeAndre Hunter game tonight. Last game, DeAndre Hunter played, and like Atlanta been saying, Chuck said that he said it. He's gonna be like Atlanta's guy, right? He came out. He had 38 last night. Fam, I need to see a game from P. Will going into like the last game of the season. Because if they lose, I'm cool. But if I see something from P. Will, then I'm like, dang, we can absolutely build off that.
Yeah,
that's all I want. That's all. That's all I want.
I agree with you. I agree with you right now, and I feel like that's all most Bulls fans want in this situation, right? Like you're just trying to figure out
what works
heading into next season. You're just trying to figure out what's going to consistently work heading into next season. What can you go to? What can you fall back on? What's going to get you there? You know what I'm saying? And right now, you have a lot more questions than you do answers. I think a healthy Zach LaVine is really good for you.
Mm-hmm.
And you hope that in the offseason, I fully expect I wouldn't be surprised if we heard at some point today Zach LaVine will be scheduled for surgery, seeing as how he's not going to play, right? If the Bulls lose, right, I wouldn't be surprised if at some point today we heard that.
Yeah. It's like he need to get that done ASAP. Also, don't go out. You catching COVID a lot. I don't know what's going on with you.
And I asked somebody that's on the COVID team up there, and I was just like, man, like, how does he keep catching? He's fully vaxxed, right? And it was like, some people just susceptible to it. It's like how some people keep catching the flu. And I was like, good Lord, dog. Like, that's crazy.
Okay,
but they also, but I mean, it's not like Zach alone is the one that's gone out, right? Like there was Coach Fleming went out, Mo Cheeks went out, I believe as well. So the Bulls have been missing a couple of pieces going into this anyway, right? So it's going to be interesting to see kind of how they come out of it. But here's the question on the table, right? Because I feel like just breaking down this game, like it's just going to be gloom and doom from us. Like neither of us believe that the Bulls are going to pull out a win tonight. We would love to be thoroughly surprised, but I don't think either of us believe that the Bulls are
If
pulling
they
this one
win,
out.
I'm shocked.
I'm flabbergasted, bro. But here's the question, and I'll give I want to get your opinion on it, chat's
Right.
opinion on it. How should Bulls fans look at this season? How should Bulls fans look at what we saw this year? Should they be upset, panicky, say, hey, what we saw in the playoffs tells me that we're not going to be good enough to win? Or should they feel like this is the beginning? We made it to the playoffs. Let's keep it going. How should Chicago Bulls fans look at the 2021-2022 season?
I think they should look at it like a W. You like I said, everybody in this chat, all three of us said Iowa to steal.
Yeah.
Iowa to steal at minimum. We said what, like 50 something wins, and then they ended up with what, 48?
46, right? 46 wins. We only won 8 games to finish the season, so 46 and 36. 10 games above 500.
So wait, they won 46. Yeah, no.
46 and 36.
46. DeMar had a resurgent season, but at minimum, you saw AK put his imprint on his team as far as, I got us a couple of steals. I got us our role pieces already, which is wild. And I'm staking my claim on P. Will. I'm staking my claim on P. Will, and he's not finished. And this is the thing. This is what I tell people, because I think people forget this too. When AK drafted Jokic, I remember for like 2 seasons, because remember, Nurkic was down there. He was solid. He was getting them a bucket.
Nurkic and Jokic was the combination.
He was like, listen, I'm gonna roll with my young fella. Hey, you gotta get up out here. Muggs was shocked. You what? You finna. Hey, my man about to be a 2-time MVP, or so I hope. So I mean, you look at it. He says he's not done. I'm really intrigued to see what he does with that 18th pick.
Yeah.
This offseason, because I really do believe change is coming within the core for some reason. I just do. I feel like it's there for some reason. I don't know who it is. I wanted to be Rudy. I'm staking my claim on Rudy. I don't know who it's gonna be, but I feel like change is coming in the core.
Yeah.
But all in all, come on now. This season was a W.
I agree with you. And this is what I want Bulls fans to remember, right? This is the beginning. And I feel like because we're so close, we look at the Knicks so often, right? That we think that we're going to be the Knicks next season.
And why do y'all keep looking at the Knicks? You know that's not a consistent.
It's an entirely. It's just they make the playoffs one year. They look like they're the gem of the NBA. They come into the first round. They get rolled out, right? But I think it's very different, because in the second half of your season, you got to see where you needed to improve. And forget us being able to see where we needed to improve. AK got to see where his team needed to improve. In 2 seasons, we've seen AK improve this team exponentially to the point where we're back in the playoffs and we're having this conversation after 82 games. And we're not in the 8th seed or the 7th seed. We were the 6th seed in the Eastern Conference while being the 1st seed just about until injuries injuries started to ravage us, right? And we just couldn't keep overcoming it.
Mm-hmm.
It reminds me of what we're seeing currently with the Memphis Grizzlies. Now, do I think that we have...
You got to explain that to me. You kind of losing me.
Here's the thing. Do I think that we have a Ja Morant on this team? No. I'm still on record. I would have traded Zach LaVine for Ja on draft night.
Hey, he showed you well last night.
Hey, I absolutely...
Cal was doing this. He said, call me.
I said I would have done it, right? But the Memphis Grizzlies fought their way into the play-in last year. Get to the playoffs, win game 1, and essentially get rolled the next 4 games. Never really in the series, never really, I'm saying kind of at times making it a back and forth game, but for the most part, the Jazz had their number. The growth we saw from year 1 to year 2, right? Year 1 of Ja, they're not even in the playoffs. Year 2 of Ja, they make the play-in, they get in the playoffs. Year 3 of Ja, they are the 2nd seed in the NBA, in the Western Conference.
Mm-hmm.
That's the kind of growth that can be seen in these Chicago Bulls. Now, do you have a player like Ja? You hope Zach LaVine can be that guy, right? I think he's going to have to say, listen, DeMar, you got to play number 2 for him to be that guy. But I look at this season as not the end, as not the window is over, the window is closing, but as the beginning of something that I think is going to last a very, very long time. Not just because, we've got Zach LaVine and we're going to have Patrick. Honestly, Patrick Williams and them boys, they kind of play a factor, but not really. Like maybe Ayo Dosunmu a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that you have a team right now that people will want to come to.
Mm-hmm.
You have a team right now that people will want to be around for the next 6 to 7 years. You can get pieces in. Does anybody in this chat think that we're going into this offseason and we're not going to be able to get pieces?
No, the Bulls will be able to get pieces because what we said even before they got AK that if AK came here and he just got them into the playoffs. All he did just get them into the playoffs with a solid team. You got a healthy Zach next year with what they did with Lonzo and the defensive show that they put on before injuries ravaged them. Players are going to want to play here. It's Chicago.
Yeah, and
it's Chicago.
It's the thing to me is that you didn't take a step, you took a leap. Did the season end the way we wanted to? No, you don't want to win 8 games over your last 30-something, right? Definitely didn't end the way we wanted it to. Did the playoffs go the way we wanted it to? No. Did it go a way we didn't expect? No. We knew when we got the NBA champions. I said, and in my mind,
we said it was going. They was going to at least get you 1 game at minimum.
In my mind, everybody was healthy. I said 4-2. I didn't have us winning this series. If you had the Bulls winning this series, y'all gotta stop looking through the sea red glasses. There were opportunities for the Bulls to take control of this series. Yes, they did not capitalize on them. So, but I look at this series as a B- to B+. I look at this series as a listen, because you didn't take a step. You took a leap. You jumped a chasm. A chasm.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, bro.
You jumped a chasm. You went from 11 to 1, and then when you got injured, to 6.
Was hanging around at 3 for a minute, too.
Like, it's a very different dynamic And if we're being 100% honest, as you're moving forward here, it's a dynamic that now you're starting from a place of success.
Mm-hmm.
It's impossible. Y'all remember us going into the offseason talking about free agency debates and stuff like that. Man, how do we get this guy to come here? How are we going to be able to get this guy to come here? They're going to want to play with this young core, even if they're losing. You're going to have to give them the bag to come here. You're going to have to overpay him to come here. Those days are over. I look at this season as an absolute successful season, no matter how it ended, even in the first round, right? Because even in the first round now, the Chicago Bulls are in a position to where Zach LaVine has playoff experience. Ayo Dosunmu, who at moments in this season has been great for us, has playoff experience. Patrick Williams at 20 years of age has playoff experience. Right? In those situations, right, DeMar hasn't been able to get over the hump. Vooch hasn't been able to get over the hump. I don't want them to be the reason we get over the hump. I want Zach LaVine being the reason we get over the hump. You know why? He's 26. If we get over the hump with Zach LaVine, we can get over the hump again. We've got time with him. If we get over the hump with Patrick Williams, we've got time with him. With Ayo Dosunmu, we've got time with him. Kobe, count your days. Kobe,
You're good. You're done.
Kobe, count your days, bro. I will say this. The one thing that would irritate the heck out of me is if Kobe White went off tonight. Because I feel
I fully expect that to happen, but it's gonna be an audition tape.
That's why I said he's just auditioning for his next team. It's like, I
told y'all I'm nice. All right.
Clap it up.
All right. hey, legitimately.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's time with this team to build around. There's time with this team to get to that next step. There's time with this team that now they have the playoff experience. Guess what? How do we get to the next level? How do we get on the next tip? How do we find our way to keep building up, to get consistent, to keep, you know what I'm saying?
I definitely hear what you're saying. Can we stop the KD is coming to you do realize he re-signed, right? I'm just on the chat that. But anyway, back to the real conversation. Like, dog, this is a W off season for the Bulls. Cause it's not like we not going backwards in conversations. These aren't the bad conversations that we gotta have where it's me, you, and Kid drawing up these scenarios. Yeah. But if we get Mike Conley, if we get Anthony Davis, we
were doing pipe dreams out here.
Cause then now the conversation shifts to, hey man, if we really want to get good, hey, what you think about taking, you feel me, Kobe White and this, and then turning it into like Michael Porter Jr. Like I'm just saying, but like these are the good pieces. These are the good conversation pieces you want to have, because at the end of the day, that means that you're moving in the right direction. But we also know that this team is a piece or two away, maybe a bench piece, maybe all you needed was Lonzo back. Yeah. But at minimum, you got to sit at the table, and it's a good seat. Because now teams are like, man, I don't want to go to New York.
Here we go.
Hold on. What's up?
As I predicted, and it has now been reported per Joe Cowley, Chicago Bulls guard Zach LaVine will have knee surgery this offseason.
Okay.
We saw that coming, right?
Oh no, yeah, no, we saw that coming.
I think we all saw that coming. That's not even. It's not even surprising in this situation, right? Like it's one of those that you could tell he was visibly limping. He was visibly struggling to run up and down the court at times, and he was playing through it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's not shocking at all. I'm actually glad that he's doing it because like I said, at minimum, free agents are gonna be like, listen, Minnesota's got a good young core. I don't want to go there. I don't want to go to New York. I don't want to go to Brooklyn. They look like they got too much going on over there. But Chicago, that seemed like a nice. If I could just find my niche over there real quick. Plus they got Zach. Plus they got Lonzo. I always ascending right before I ask. Plus they got P. Will. I could probably do some things over there. So
I don't see what.
they have a seat at the table. Not even a seat. They got a voice.
So, and here's the thing in Cowley's article that he's bringing out. Basically that he wasn't completely that LaVine wasn't completely transparent with the injury. Back in early March, LaVine was discussing the severity of discomfort, saying he was at 80 to 70%. However, according to sources closer to the situation, LaVine was more like 50% on a good day. So, and we kind of knew this, right? At no point in the season was Zach LaVine healthy. At no point in the season was Zach LaVine 100%. You know what I'm saying? Like, and listen, if you're on the court, you're going to get killed for a poor performance. If you're on the court, you're going to get killed for a poor performance. But, I mean, does this change how you look at Zach LaVine heading into next season as far as signing Zach LaVine, right? I don't know what the actual injury is. I would assume this is just like a scope work, like going in there cleaning up whatever it was, right? Because this is still residual from his from when he was had his
Also, it's in the
off-season
same knee.
Same knee as the ACL.
Oh
It's
yeah,
just
so
residual
probably a
cleanup.
little bit of scope work.
I would assume scope work, going there, clean the knee up. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that this is going to be a full on. Hey, he's having ACL surgery again.
I think that no, they're going to give him the max. I'm with Pat on that. They have no choice not to give him the max. But everything that he's been through, if you don't sit up there and give him the max,
Well, it's what's the extent of the injury too, right? Like I feel like they will give him the max. I feel like it will be but again, we don't know what the extent of the injury is just yet.
I mean, and even then, even if we don't know the extent of the injury, they may pull a Joel Embiid where it's like, okay, we gonna give you X amount of dollars, but you're not gonna get the full amount if you get hurt. Like you owe us money back.
Yeah, I've seen that. We've seen that.
So, because that's in Joel's contract right now. So, I mean,
I don't know.
it's a possibility.
I get, yeah, it's definitely a possibility, right? Like, I mean, at this point, right, anything's on the table. But I mean, even in that situation, right, like I said, this was my thing on the Bulls the entire time. This was my thing when it came to, you know, why you pay Zach LaVine, why you're gonna have to pay Zach LaVine, you will never get another free agent in here if with everything he's gone through, you say, nah, we're not gonna pay you. Right? For me, that's the biggest thing on it. And that's what you kind of got to look at. Unfortunately, he's gonna be having again off-season knee injury. But it's not like we're surprised here. It's not like we can't believe that this is happening. Oh God,
Nobody's
how
surprised.
did Zach LaVine get here? Or like we saw this coming a mile away. I called this out.
This is before the All-Star break, dog.
I called this out before the All-Star break, essentially. You know what I'm saying? So it sucks, right? But listen, I'd rather have him healthy than not. And a healthy Zach LaVine, you remember back to the beginning of the season, a healthy Zach LaVine was an absolute problem. A healthy Zach LaVine was nothing to scoff at. He was absolutely out there dog walking the competition. Him and DeMar DeRozan were playing at the same level. And here's the thing, right? Here's the other thing you have to look at too, right? Like now you have to ask the question. Now that we 100% know where he was in the season, now you have to ask the question. How did this affect the rest of the team moving through the rest of the season, right? How does this affect DeMar DeRozan down the stretch where he has to take on more of the scoring load? And now we're talking about where in the beginning of the season there was a ton of ball movement, right? Now we're talking about DeMar being the ISO player that we saw. How does this affect, right? Like it kind of opens up perspective on everything. We always knew Zach was hurt. That was never under the covers, that was never hidden from us. But the severity of it, the fact that he was hiding that he was 50% on a good day per sources close to him. That's a very different Zach LaVine in that situation, don't you think?
Nah, I definitely think it's a very different Zach LaVine. The Bob movement, I just feel like that came with just Zach not being healthy, but also Lonzo, not being there because I can't wait till the Bulls actually get him back.
Yeah,
I'm like I said, like more so. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm just excited for next season because I'm just looking at the prospect of Io's getting better. P Will's getting better. Lonzo's coming back, and AK said he's not done, and I legitimately trust AK when he say he isn't done. Like I legitimately think Muggs is up here talking about some Trey P Will this, Trey Vooch this. You do realize like P Will came back. Muggs was talking about rebounds. He got you your rebounds.
yeah.
Muggs was killing Vooch all season. This man, bro. I was reading on Twitter. Muggs was legitimately saying that he don't need to eat dinner the way that he was getting cooked on defense, fam. And then it took y'all one playoff series to really be like, damn, like this man really is the only person out there right now that's actually trying to get us a bucket.
Yeah.
I kind of gotta walk that statement back, but it's like, nah, man, like this team. I think the iteration of this team with some more pieces added to it can get to an East final. I don't know if they'll be able to get to the actual final, but there's pluses going into the offseason because you talk about it like fam P Will with DeMar constantly learning from DeMar. I'm telling you that boy come back next season, he's going to be a problem.
I agree. I think we both kind of sit there.
He's going to be a problem.
I
I'm looking at it from that perspective.
I think we both sit in the same space on P Will, right? We both
These
think
are just
he's going to take a
pluses at
step
this point.
next season. But right, like, and if you're just joining us now, Zach LaVine will have off-season knee surgery. Waiting to see how severe it is, if it's just a scope, if there's going to be some cleanup. I'm sure Baki will have us updated on that. Shout out to the best, the Black
Jokic
Adam
is not
the
coming
Black
to the
Wolves.
Bulls mid-season, dog.
But here's the question off of this, right? Here's the question that you have to look at now if you're a Bulls fan. Knowing this and still seeing the production that Zach gave you, is Zach 200 mil plus?
Dog, I'm not gonna lie. I think he 190, 195.
You're not giving him the 208. I'm not gonna lie to you. If you at 195, you give him the 208. We talking about a couple mil a year on top of each season.
Well, 190 at least. But I mean, like you said, you can make the argument for the 208 because my guy was hurt.
Yeah.
Like a healthy Zach, and they don't have Chris Middleton. I'm not saying that the Bulls win the series. I mean, but come on, at minimum right now, it's probably what $2 away.
I think the interesting thing is now, right? Like for me, this confirms it for me, right? Like there was always the, hey, is he going to be healthy enough? Is he going to be, although listen, we were talking about him as a super max.
That is right though.
We were talking about him as a super max. Well, super max is 245, I think. We were talking about him
his would be 228, I believe.
I think it's higher than that, my boy.
Because he was on the Wolves.
Yeah, but we got his bird rights now because he's been here more than 3 years.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
So he can get like 245.
So the Supermax is only if he make the All NBA.
But it's only if he makes an All NBA team.
Yeah, well,
hey, look. But with how this voting been going, I don't know no more, dog.
Yeah, because I ain't gonna lie. Wasn't it one year somebody gave IT like all defensive third team?
Wait, who did that?
Somebody gave Isaiah Thomas all defensive third team.
That's wild.
He was like, bro, whoever did this, thank you. Like, oh my
God. that is wild. That's hilarious to me, dog. But no, like I mean, honestly, like
bro, yes, that legitimately happened. That actually happened.
Fam, I gotta see the all defensive teams, bro, because that's hilarious. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. But just because like IT is like Must be just giving stuff away now, bro. Like when we have the like we keep having the most improved player award debate. And I'm just like, bro, it's about the player that most improved.
Fam, I'm not, bro. That argument was so dumb last night because it was just like you guys are about, you and Ringo are only talking about points. I'm like, bro, points, 3-point percentage, second
assists,
best in the West,
rebounds.
His team,
defense.
He was like, they had a better record when he was out.
Hey, I just hit him with,
I'm supposed to get punished for me having a good team. That's stupid.
Hey, bro, I just hit him with it's most improved, not most improved because you couldn't make it in the league. Like, I don't know what argument you want from me.
Okay, nobody told you to leave school early.
If anything, the biggest snub to me is DeJounte Murray on that award. But again, a story for another day, man. I
know that boy was almost a walking triple double this year.
Exactly. But here's the question, right? Here's the question now as we head into the off season, and that we have to figure out with this Bulls team because you've got Zach dealing with injury, you've got Lonzo dealing with injury. You're hoping they should both be back, right, around the same, ready to go for the beginning of the season, depending on what Zach LaVine's knee injury is. As you're moving into next season, knowing the pieces you have on this team, how do you improve this team? Because here's the thing, right, Bulls fans? I feel like we're still stuck in the Garpax mentality. So we got to talk about the real.
Garpax ain't walking through that door.
Garpax ain't walking through that door. Michael Jordan ain't walking through that door. Dog, that's one of the greatest sports rants of all time. It cracks me up. Robert Parrish ain't walking through that door. Like, what? But no, like as you're going into next season, how does this Bulls team improve? Because here's the thing: with Garpax, you would see that we stood pat with just about the same team every year, right? We were the kings of run it back. What would we add? Hey, go give me a little rebounder over there. Go give me another backup point guard that's 5'10". Go give me another shooter that's not really gonna make shots, right? Like we were the kings of run it back. We ain't the kings of run it back no more. We had
Nah,
a completely
nah,
different bench this
the
season
Kings is the
than
king
we
of
had
running back.
last season. How do the Chicago Bulls improve heading into this offseason?
I just think Ben scoring. You were almost what second to last in terms of bench scoring. Because look, listen, offense isn't the problem. Offense isn't the problem, and look, defense is great. But this is the thing: Io wasn't giving me points consistently. Well, not Io, but Kobe wasn't giving me points consistently.
Yeah.
I told y'all what it was with Derrick Jones Jr. when y'all got him. I told y'all, look, you get 2 quarter threes at minimum and some defense on his best day. Javante Green is cool. But I would keep Devontae Green. I would almost look for somebody that's like an absolute bucket off of the bench. I don't know who that is. I'm in favor of either getting P Will. I'm in favor of either getting Lou Will or Eric Gordon.
Yeah.
Those are two people that's really not being utilized well right now. And then I would try to look for a big body defensively that can actually rebound and move his feet. So I mean, those are the two things that I'm looking at. And then after that, what does that do? That lets you kind of let Billy mess around, with lineups and rotations and plug and play this person here, this person here, this person here. Because what you want to do is, like when somebody goes down, you want to have that next man up mentality.
Yeah.
But also, I need you to go in and do your job that I actually paid you for.
So and here's the thing, right? Here's the biggest thing, right? As that I'm looking at going into next season. And probably the biggest question mark the Bulls are looking at going into next season. Do you make the big splash? Do you go out and try and get a Rudy Gobert? Do you go out and try and get a big name player, a top 5 player? Because I've told you, right? And history's told you. Forget me telling you. History's told you that if you don't have that great player at his job, that best in the NBA player at his job, you don't win championships. The Detroit Pistons kind of did it. They did it once. The Mavericks kind of did it, but I don't know. Like Dirk's
Frank,
one of the
don't
best
do that.
Dirk's one of the best power forwards of all time, right? Like, like he's not the best.
There's some a little bit of caveat to that. Like, I mean, not caveats, but what am I looking for? Exceptions to the rule.
Yeah, there's a couple of
Dirk did it.
exceptions to the rule, but for the most part, right, you need that LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, Dwayne Wade,
LeBron James,
Michael Jordan,
Kevin Durant,
right? You need
the
that guy,
prime dude.
Stephen Curry. You need that guy. Do you go out and make the huge splash, or do you get a couple of pieces? Nice pieces. You got the 18th pick. I'll bet you could flip that for Christian Wood. Nice player, not a star player, not a great player. Really, really good player, we would say for Christian Wood, right? Not a best big in the NBA, but a really solid piece. Knowing that Zach LaVine's going to come back off of surgery, knowing that Zoe's going to come back healthy, knowing that Ayo Dosunmu is what he is. Get a couple of those pieces, Mitchell Robinson, smaller guys, and wait to see what you have with P. Will. Because adding a Christian Wood to this team, right? Like
Oh
P.
no,
Will's,
I was just thinking that in my head, dog.
P. Will's your possible transcendent player, right? P. Will's your possible transcendent player. That it's the only hope you got. You got to hope AK's right. You've got to hope AK's right.
I think you're right. I think you're right.
But if you think he's right, if you think he's going to take that mantle, which in year 3, listen, you got a big step to take, buddy. That means you don't want to bring in guys that are going to push him out. That means you don't want to bring in guys that are going to sit him down, that are going to take him out of the way, right? So you kind of got to try and build with that. You kind of got to try and build with that. What's the better option in that situation? For me, I don't take the chance. I go big or go home.
So you want that Rudy splash?
Rudy, whatever it is, right? But there's always a big name player that hates life. There's always some big name player in the NBA that's just like, I am sick of this city. I can't take it anymore. By the way, if y'all in here, man, 84 people in here, 25 likes, hit that like button.
I put this up already, but yeah, I know it. Yeah.
Push the button, man. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. We do talk Chicago sports weekly. But the thing with me with that is, right, like if you go get Rudy Gobert, or if you go get I don't even know, long shot is Joker, right? You would have to trade for him, but that's probably the longest odds there. But some superstar that's sick of it, right? Or maybe they don't pay DeAndre Ayton.
Which is wild, dog.
It's a wild situation.
Not paid this man.
It's definitely a wild situation that you're not going to pay DeAndre Ayton. I don't know if you're going to do it or not.
If they don't pay him, y'all need to throw the bag at that man expeditiously.
But a name like that, right? A name like that where, hey, we're making a big splash. He's one of the best players in the NBA. He can do these things well for you that you need. And oh yeah, you've got a bunch of really good players, right? Because the goal for me is to make DeMar the third option on this team. Not to say I don't like him as the first option on this team, but to me, Zach LaVine being good does more for the Chicago Bulls than DeMar DeRozan being the number one.
BJ, come on, dog. Anyway.
Zach LaVine being the number one on this team does more for the Chicago Bulls than DeMar DeRozan being the number one. Because if Zach is shooting the ball well, if Zach is driving the ball well, if Zach is getting to the bucket well, guess what? That makes DeMar DeRozan's life easy. That means DeMar can go out there and cook. Like, the one game, Zach is just, hey, listen, I'm going to just stand out here. I'm going to knock down these threes for you, baby. Don't even worry about it. DeMar is 41 in the playoffs. The one game, DeMar has 41 in the playoffs. Zach LaVine shoots well. You can see when Zach plays well, it's easier for DeMar, especially versus these bigger teams. And so, like, to me, right, I'm looking at that, okay, if Zach becomes the number one on this team, you got Lonzo, you still got P. Will, you still got DeMar. Who's your piece you're moving in that situation, right? Like, you're probably talking about Vucci not being here next season.
Maybe Vucci, but like I said, if I give him to, I could see him going to Houston, but then after that, you feel him. I mean,
I'm not sending you Vooch for Christian Wood to Houston.
Okay. Then we going to Utah. Then
you get an 18th pick off rip.
You're
not getting nothing better than 18.
Utah. I give you Vooch, the 18th pick, and Kobe White.
Yeah.
For Rudy Gobert and Royce O'Neal.
Nah, they probably just sending you Rudy straight up.
And Royce O'Neal. Cause Because
They probably
then
just sending you Rudy straight up. They're not sending you nobody else.
even then, I'm looking to get my dream off season would be I want the lineup to be Lonzo, Zach, DeMar. Lonzo, Zach. Then I turn around, I add P. Will. Maybe if Christian Wood is in there, maybe not. But then after that, you're talking about Alonzo, Zach, DeMar, P. Will.
By the way, can we all understand his name is Lonzo Ball? His first name is Lonzo. It is not Alonzo.
Who's saying Alonzo?
I see Alonzo so often in the comments, bro. His name is Lonzo Ball.
So then Rudy Gobert. And then after that, I possibly go get a Kevin Porter Jr. or a Austin Rivers or something like that. Because I need buckets off the bench. I'm looking to get a bucket off of the bench. Then possibly, they can bring your man Boogie in.
Here's a name. Here's a name, right? Because he's got to re-sign a contract as well. Maybe you have to move a piece off to get him in the building. Do we notice Sabonis want to be in Sacramento?
Hey, listen, man, the King's going king. So,
do we notice Sabonis want to be in Sacramento? Young piece. It's the age limit.
I'm not even finna, bro. That pick and roll would be so wild. Because it's like, it's wild to me because Sabonis can shoot, but that man can pass. Like, Muggs be talking about Jokic, but y'all gotta understand Sabonis is low budget Jokic.
Hey, I'll tell you this right now, though. Sabonis is an awful defender.
That man is Whole Foods.
The one thing I will say, Sabonis is an awful defender.
He big trash out, but you got P. Will. You got P. Will. So that's gonna help him. But even if they do make that splash, right? If you go out there and you get to a Boogie, a JaVale McGee,
he's still under contract. He'll be UFA. He's got 2 more years over there. He'll be a UFA in
Bavuch.
It could be the case. But again, why would Sacramento do that? Right? Like I try to think of.
Why would Sacramento do a lot of things?
That's true.
Like, it's Sacramento.
I try to think of options that the Bulls that both teams would do. You know what I'm saying? I could see why if you send 18, if you send Vooch, if you send Kobe, why Utah would do something like that, because Utah or Rudy and Donovan, they can't like each other. There's no way they like each other.
Oh no, it's done tonight. And the only reason, look, I'm gonna tell you this: the only reason why Dallas lost that game for them to tie it was because Luka was rusty, and then I thought he was like, "Look, I got a game up under me, blowout."
Yeah, it wasn't even close.
I got a game on him. Hey, that's done tonight. Hey, and then watch the pressure. I just feel like we ain't get enough boards.
Yeah, you know.
If we would have took better shots, you know what I'm saying? You know that 10 for 32 killed us.
Most games be wild between them two, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Since you brought that up, I've gone and watched them just because.
I told you.
Anytime they ever lose, it's just like, man, we really just got to get some of that ball movement happening around this mug, man. If we can move the ball a little bit, we might be good. Then you see
I was in
Donovan.
the post.
Hey man, if if we got better defense down low, we might have been able to get that stop. You'd be like, dog, y'all really like they got real beef out here. There's real beef in this situation. I didn't realize it was hamburger season out there. But no, I just feel like, right, especially now that we know what Zach LaVine was. Like, what is this team? Does this team drop if Zach is 100%? How far does this team drop if Zach is 100%? Now the speculation is wild.
If Zach doesn't drop, they're good.
If
Zach does not drop, they're good because I mean, at the end of the day, you looking at a healthy Zach. I mean, it's a healthy Zach. Like what more is it to say? Now I will say that, I mean, yeah, throughout that stretch, just like Billy said, they got to play better defense, but a healthy Zach and a healthy DeMar, I mean, like they did break records that was standing for a little minute for the Chicago Bulls.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like what, first teammates to add, like drop 30 in like what, 4 consecutive games or something like come on, like the proof is there.
They were the highest scoring duo in the NBA for a little while. In the fourth quarter, they were the highest scoring duo in the NBA for a good chunk of the season, right? And like, to me now, I don't know. For me, right, heading into next season, not to say that I want to get rid of Vooch, not to say that I want to get rid of any piece that's on this team that I think is a major piece, but you're going to win if you have game-changing, show-stopping players. You're going to win if you have dominant, best in the NBA at what they do players. Do we have that on this team? Here's the question for Bulls fans. You're going to give Zach the max. Do you have that on this team if Zach LaVine is 100% healthy? Do you have a best shooting guard in the NBA if Zach is 100% healthy? When he was 100% healthy this season, he was 48, 39, and 87. That far away from a 50, 40, 90 player.
I'll say this, though. I feel like it's a difference between saying you're the best, but also he got to be a killer. He got to be a killer. Meaning, I need the ball, put it in my hands, and let's go get me a bucket. Like that, I need to see, cause I know Zach is good. Everybody ain't stupid. Everybody knows Zach is good.
Yeah.
Now is he Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown?
That's the level you got to get to if you want to be successful in this NBA.
Hey, that's something that we got to find out, because at least I know and this ain't a slight at him, but at least I know, you know what I'm saying? At least I know Jason Tatum is a killer.
I think the interesting thing now is like the things that we saw Zach do at the beginning of the season when he was healthy and do it well.
Mm-hmm.
Now so much makes sense, right? Like Zach LaVine couldn't. How's he going to play defense if his knee is messed up that bad?
And that's that he bought in on defense too.
How's he gonna be able to cut and plant if his knee's messed up that bad? Like on a good day he was 50% is crazy.
Hey, still out here giving you 20 and 13. By the way,
still out here giving you good production, not great production. By no means was it great production.
10 rebounds on a bad.
Oh, in the playoffs, Zach has done everything he can, right? And this is the thing. Zach LaVine to me is somebody that, and you kind of saw it shift, right? When his knee would start hurting, he would start passing more. When his knee would start hurting, He would stop being as aggressive. He would run the pick and roll a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's not that Zach LaVine isn't a max level player. I think that this almost guarantees it, right? Because Zach knew what his limitations were in certain games.
Mm-hmm. I mean, and he still does.
And he would absolutely be like, you know what? I can't score right now. Let me throw the ball here. Let me run the pick and roll. Let me get Vooch going. You know what I'm saying? We saw that a ton this season.
Mm-hmm.
And we would look at Zach and be like, hey, Zach, what's going on with that? Like, you got to play, brother. You got to play. We're thinking 70 to 80. We're killing them all year thinking 70 to 80. Hey, brother, you got to play. Realistically, we're talking about 40 to 50. It's crazy, man. It's a crazy change in everything, man. Crazy change in dynamic. If you're just getting in here, Zach LaVine will have off-season knee surgery, and we'll be talking about it a little more throughout the rest of the show, man. But we're also going to get into some Bears football because this draft is here, baby. It's coming up Thursday. That is tomorrow. We got the NFL draft in the building. Let's go. But before we do that, man, we want to tell you guys about Blue Chew, man. Yo, it's time to dig yourself out of that winter hibernation. Spring is here and it's time to get sprung with Blue Chew. That's right, this episode is sponsored by Blue Chew. Guys, confidence can take you far in life. It also can help you in the bedroom, especially when it comes time to step up to the plate. That's where Blue Chew comes in. Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra, Cialis, but in chewable tablets and at a fraction of the cost. And here's the thing. One of the guys back in the old town, man, comes up to me. Hey, listen, I got this issue. I'm not trying to go to a doctor, kind of embarrassed about it. I said, bro, sign up at Blue Chew. Process is simple. Consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. Best part, it's all done online. No awkward doctor's visits, no awkward conversations, no waiting in line at the pharmacy. And here's the thing, Blue Chew tablets are made right here in the US of A, so they're prepared to ship direct to your front door in a discreet package. So this is what I need you to do. If you could benefit from a little bit of extra confidence when it's time to perform, Blue Chew can help. And we got a special deal for our listeners. Try Blue Chew free when you use our promo code Windy City at checkout. Just pay $5 for shipping and handling. That's BlueChew.com, promo code Windy City to receive your first month free. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the show. Now, Ringo, let's get into this Bears breakdown, my boy. By the way, if you guys are in here, man, hit that like button, subscribe to the page. We do talk Chicago sports on a daily, on the daily from 11 to 1, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us. We are the only channel to talk Chicago sports, how Chicago talk. Make sure that you
Push the button. Come on, push the button.
Yeah, come on, push the button.
push that button, man. Hit that like button. We appreciate all the love you guys show. Now, Ringo.
That's good.
We heard Ryan Poles talk yesterday, and he was bringing up essentially what his move was going to be in the draft in this situation, right? And when you looked at it, when you looked at the presser, I wanted that to fade out. It didn't work. When you looked at the presser,
it's all right.
It's all right. It is what it is. We saw, by the way, Bears. Come on now. Y'all going to keep dropping stuff right after we get off the live? Come on, bro. We saw him bring up, and we talked about it yesterday, that he's open to trading back. That he's open to, hey, we're trying to get ourselves better. We're trying to do everything we can to improve ourselves right away. Guess what? Sometimes you do have to take those phone calls. In this draft right here, is trading back going to be the right move for the Chicago Bears moving forward?
Listen. First, I want to get this out the way. I feel like Robert Quinn will be on the move at some point during the draft.
Hmm.
Cause I
The Bears have said they're not
if it's
actively
out there,
shopping.
it's out there.
The Bears have said they're not actively shopping them, though.
Yeah. Listen, a lot of teams say they're not actively shopping, but if you come on now, if you trying to get help for that offensive line,
Yeah.
I think he might be because the one that I seen was he was talking with Eberflus and them, and I guess he was just having a little disagreement about where he was going to be on defense, what the role was, or I seen that. But as far as the drive goes, like I said, I get it, I understand it, but it's a risk. Like if this season is about Justin and about improving Justin and getting him line help,
Yeah.
I need that receiver, so I need Pinkins, but at the same time, everybody in their mama know offensive line going the first round. Now look, if you find some great offensive linemen in the second, third, fourth, fifth,
Yeah.
hey bro, more power to you. We don't know what we talking about. You got a phenomenal coaching staff. We gonna sit back and marvel. But I'm looking at it and I'm just like, dog, it's such a risk because I'm gonna keep saying this every time we talk about this. You do not want to go into year 3 with Justin Fields, and this man has no weapons, and you got subpar people on the offensive line, except for the people that you drafted.
Do you feel confident that this draft is deep enough for you to move back and still find Justin that weapon he needs, that big body weapon, that number one weapon that he needs in the draft? I feel like with all the receivers we've seen,
A receiver, yeah, but
I mean, listen, that's here's the thing. I really believe that the Bears aren't going to go tackle in this draft. Not that they're not going to go lineman, but they aren't going to go tackle in this draft. I think they want to see what they have in Tevin Jenkins and in Larry Borum. I think they'll probably sign some veteran guys to try and help them along. Not to say they're going to be top tier guys, not to say they're going to be the best guys in the building, but just guys to be like, hey, listen, he's the starter. We just need somebody solid to come in and be able to give us good production when he's off the field, if he's tired or if you have an injury, right? I think that the Bears are going to roll with their young guys at the tackle position, though. So in that situation, I'm looking at this as, okay, what pieces are the Bears going to go after then? I think they go after receiver. I think they try to get a defensive lineman. I think they try to get a backup center who will eventually become the center. Not the center. I think they get a backup center. I think you're gonna need that, but somebody that can play, multiple positions, right? Because you've got Lucas Patrick, who also can play multiple positions.
Lucas Patrick came from the Packers, so
Right.
I believe he's gonna be solid.
Who also can play multiple positions. But here's the thing: you got Lucas Patrick in here, but you lose James Daniels. Jermaine Ifedi was a non-factor. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you're gonna move Cody Whitehair to one guard. Cody Whitehair's had injury issues. You're gonna need some other help on that
and that's
line.
the thing. I think that they need to go. That they should go find a backup for Jenkins, because it's not that I don't like him. It's the fact that I can't trust that your back is going to hold up.
100%. That's a huge
I can't
question
trust that
mark.
your back going to hold up. And this is the thing. The position he's playing is the most important position that needs to protect Justin. So if your back can't hold up, I can't say that I can't go out here and then give me a tackle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's not true. Like now, like we said, if he hold up, clap it up, clap it
Yeah.
up. He held up. That was nice. But at the same time, I can't trust that. I need to go out there and give me a tackle. I like Lucas Patrick. He can play multiple positions. Came from Green Bay. I'm with it. I feel like they need to shore up those two positions that you talked about, but everything else, like especially Cody White here, like everything is just you got to figure it out.
Yeah.
Because these mugs, you want to trust them, but at the same time they hurt.
And here's the thing: big boys don't get healthier.
Like, hey, what you about to go to? Hey, bro, I'm about to go. You mean about like 2 steaks and macaroni and cheese?
You know what I'm saying?
You feel me?
Not to say he's out of shape or nothing like that, but big
Yeah.
boys usually don't get healthier. You usually don't see those big guys when they start having injury, which was an issue that I think, which could be the reason they let James Daniels go,
Hey,
right?
now Coach T did say that Larry Bourne slammed down. He looked like he slammed down.
I mean,
He
that's
said,
good, but Larry Bourne's problem was concussion last year. Larry Bourne kept getting
Hey.
concussions last year. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not gonna get hit in the head less. he's not gonna take less of a shot to the dome this season. But no, I feel like, right, you're going into this draft, and to me, like, is moving back the right move? Is moving back the move that's going to get you the most talent on this team? Or are you just trying to find those glue guys while still finding good talent, right? I said that too. And to me, neither move was a bad move. If the Bears stand pat at 2 or at 38 and they take a big body
at
wide
2,
receiver,
what trade did they make that
and
I
you ain't
missed?
even know. You missed it. No. If the Bears stand pat at 38 and they get in their big body wide receiver and maybe they trade back from 48, and instead of going to get Arnold Ebiketie, they stockpile a couple of DBs and they get another piece, right? Or something like that. Neither move is a bad move to me because Ryan Poles is showing up in this situation where there are a billion holes on this team. Everywhere you look, there's a hole. Everywhere you look, there's another player that is like, I don't know if he can play. I don't know if he's that level of guy. I hope he is. But I mean, honestly, what have we said about everybody on this team?
It's a fact. It's a
Tevin
fact.
Jenkins.
And this is the thing. The only person that we know for sure that can play is Roquan.
Legit.
Legitimately.
The only person we know that can play legitimately is
during
Roquan Smith.
that presser, all I heard was wah 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 wah. Hey, we getting rid of Monty.
Hey, definitely.
Hey,
and I told y'all, Bears fans.
we getting rid of Monty. That value.
I told y'all to prepare yourselves for this. You do not pay running backs. If Monty want to make 2 M's a year because he loves the city of Chicago that much, you pay Monty. 4 years, $10 million. Give you a $4 million bonus. Or no, what I give him 4 years, $12 million. I give you a $4 million bonus.
Because all I heard was, Joe, we really like Khalil Herbert, which is what I said.
You know what? Nah, I'm sticking with that. I was gonna say I might give him 15 if it was like, we got to do this to make it work. But nah, I ain't giving him 15.
Now,
but do you know why? Because Khalil Herbert.
I've been trying to wear this man down for 3 years.
Listen, you know why? Khalil Herbert makes how much?
K's.
It's not to say that I don't want him, but what he does is replaceable. In the 5th round. You know how I know? Remember how we couldn't get rid of Jordan Howard? What he does is replaceable. Jordan Howard couldn't even stick around with an NFL team too much longer after that, right? Because what he
Yeah,
does is
he had like
replaceable.
one more
Yeah,
good
one nice
season
season with Philly.
with
With Philly, right? Wasn't he with Philly?
it was with Miami. Then he stopped, and then he came back. Now he bouncing around with Philly. So it's like he on there, but he not. So it's just like he couldn't really catch the ball either. So
And this the thing. I love Baki with the get him out of there, Pat to Monty. No, it's really not. It's really not. It's not that I don't like Monty. It's not that I wouldn't like Monty to be a Chicago Bear, but we are in a very different NFL. You do not keep running backs. You do not pay running backs big money because they are replaceable. You know, the moment everybody realized that Monty was replaceable, when versus the number one defense in the NFL versus rushing that had never allowed 100 yards, Khalil Herbert ran for 108 yards.
hey, the two games he started, he ran for over 100 yards. After that, it was wraps.
And one of them versus the best run defense in the NFL.
Like he was like, oh, and that's what he kept saying. Cause I'm like, bro, I'm like, if y'all just find a back like Tony Pollard that can like 1, 2, 3, stop, go like that. That's all I need. He was like, hey.
And here's the thing. Here's the thing, right? Hey, P Kids Bears, Kobe White, equivalent to Pat is David Montgomery. No. Because kid
Montgomery ain't
kid don't
trash.
think Kobe can play. Monty can play.
He's just not.
Don't hear me wrong. Monty can play, but he ain't Derrick Henry. And you heard Ryan. Listen, don't take my word for it. Listen to your new GM who y'all love. He got in that interview. He didn't know. Not only did he talk about the running back depth in the draft, he talked about the undrafted running back depth.
And
Monty will not be here outside of this, outside of his contract.
I'm gonna tell you this. The most recent case in point. I mean, because it's not like Muggs don't got examples. Muggs was loving DeMarco Murray. Remember DeMarco Murray?
I forgot about DeMarco Murray, bro.
2 straight years. DeMarco Murray called. Oh my God. Muggs like, why did they trade him? We got Zeke Elliott. Well, what did he do when he got to Philly? Crickets.
Hey, and look now, right? Zeke Elliott got the bag, right?
Hey, Tony Pollard, what up, though?
Who's next up?
Tony Pollard, what up, though?
That's why you don't pay him. Guess what? Because now you're stuck. Now you're tied to Zeke Elliott. You ain't got no choice with Zeke. You tied to him.
Hey, look. Yeah, because he forced him to pay him what 3 years earlier.
You might as well trade Tony Pollard.
And oh yeah, and then another one. Case in point, y'all other favorite team, the QB on y'all, Aaron Jones. Hey, AJ Dillon what's
good? You know what happens if I got two if I got two running backs on my team that are both good? I'm gonna run both of y'all. And then I'm gonna go find two more of these muds, and I'm gonna run both of them. Like, I love Monty. It's no disrespect to Monty. I think Monty is an excellent football player. You replaceable though. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, you replaceable. There's nothing to say about it. So I mean, I thought that the press conference yesterday was very interesting. I thought it spoke a lot to what the Bears, it gave some insight to what the Bears are probably looking to do in the draft, I would think, right? When you hear comments like that from polls talking about the possibility of moving back, but also the possibility of what's there. Not only just finding Justin a wide receiver, but also getting him better blocking, also getting him better weapons to go to. Also, you know what I'm saying? Like, it really seems, and I'm going to tell you the comment that got me, right? He said, I'm not here to overthink this. If I stare at the board too long, I will overthink it. You start moving people around. You start changing people's positions on the board. You don't want to overthink this today, or he was talking about today, like yesterday, he was saying today, I'm taking a step back, the board is set. I love that. We all feel like, oh, you got to have the guy that's going to pour into it and do nothing. But dog, like, you know what overthinking gets you, or maybe underthinking, depending on what. You put Mitch Trubisky above Deshaun
Watson and Patrick Mahomes.
Patty Mahomes, maybe. I'm not going to cap like any of us knew Pat Mahomes was going to be this. If I'm telling you, if you knew Pat Mahomes was going to be that dude and you weren't a part of the Chiefs organization, you lying. Nobody watched Pat Mahomes and was like, yeah.
I did not think he was gonna be that dude, but I knew because the Texas Tech games was on Fox.
You thought
I knew. No, I'm not gonna go that far. I'm not gonna go that far and say he was gonna be Aaron Rodgers.
You thought he would be Trey Lance.
A little better than Trey Lance, but he was definitely slinging that pill. Yeah. I mean, I didn't know that his first NFL actual season, that boy was finna come out and give me 50 tutties.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah, that was wild. And that's when I was on the Baker hype train, because I'd seen that game versus Texas Tech and Oklahoma, where they put up like almost 200 points.
and that's kind of, to me, right? Like, when it's just the idea, right, of Ryan Poles looking at the board and saying, nah, we're not gonna overthink this. We're not gonna do too much. We've got it set. I trust the work that we've done. I trust that we've done good work here and not schmuck work. And I feel confident about this team heading into, or I feel confident about where we're at and what we need heading into the draft. So what is that gonna turn into, right? What is that gonna be? How does that take that next step? How do you get to that next level with that, right? That's what I like about what Poles is. He's not freaking out.
To me, I think if it was me in that situation, I would only look at the board 3 times. And when I say I would only look at the board 3 times, this is what I mean. I would look at the board after the college football season's over. Well, no, probably 4. I would look at the board after the college football season's over.
I'm gonna let you know right now, whatever you're about to say is why you're not a GM.
Yeah. But then after that, I would go check out the pro days. I would look at the board then. I mean, not the pro days, but the combine. Then another time at the pro day, and then after the pro day, I look at it one more time for the draft.
Yeah, that's
because he's
you
right,
ain't in
though.
GM position out here. I ain't gonna lie to you.
He's right though. The more you look at it, you're gonna start changing it. And I think honestly, he's already set it up. He's already set it up that way. In his head, he's already set it up that way that we're going to trade back. So I've already planned for that.
Yeah,
like he's got it set, which that I think that's what I like about the whole situation, because he's standing firm.
Here's and this is something we really haven't talked about, right?
Hit me with it.
Could we see a situation where the Bears move up, maybe not far, because we've always talked about trading back, but we've heard that Robert Quinn's on the block. You package Robert Quinn with 38, you're moving forward, not backwards. Is there a player in this draft worth taking that you're giving up that much? a second-round pick, and Robert Quinn. Is there a player in this draft? Because we've heard both, right? Poles is open to trading picks, and he's taking phone calls. Not that he's looking to trade, not that he's actively shopping Robert Quinn, but that he's taking phone calls on Robert Quinn. Could we see a move up in the draft?
Like a first round move, maybe, possibly.
Second to 38, 30. It will probably be end of first round.
And I mean, yeah. If you think, I'm gonna man say, if you think Pickens is that dude, make the trade. If you think Pickens is that dude, make the trade. But you better be confident that
you giving up 18 and a half.
Arnold is still there when you go to 48.
I don't know if Arnold is a must get for the Bears. I'll say this: the name.
I mean, he reminds me of Quinn a lot.
By the way, a little insight in the video that's dropping today. The name that according to sources, the Bears are most interested in is Alec Pierce. How far does Alec Pierce fall?
Did we do a video on him?
Nah, not yet. It's coming.
Okay.
How far does Alec Pierce fall?
I don't
does he get out of the first round, right? Like that's my question with it.
This is the thing. If he falls, well, see, I don't know. Cause I like Buddy. I really do like Buddy. But at the same time, if it's about, see, I don't know if I don't know if I'm sitting up here trading that far up to get him.
Yeah.
Cause all this hype has been about Pickens, and rightfully so. Because when he's on the field, he is an absolute game changer. But I don't think I'm trading up that far to go get Pierce. Like I like dude, but I don't love him.
I'm seeing and Baki agreed. Like he's slated right now as a late second round guy.
Yeah, if you trading up, nah.
There's that depth there. You know what I'm saying? There's that depth there, like. But I don't know, dog. Just because we see names get hyped up so much in the draft, we see that. Like I don't think that. Treylon Burks is going to fall down that far.
Nah, I don't think he is either.
I don't think Treylon Burks gets out of the first round. Hearing how people have started talking about him coming down the stretch, right? I don't think you see Treylon Burks get out of that first round.
52 catches, 884 yards, 8 tutties.
For Alec Pierce?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, he's nice. He's nice. But it's just one of those things, right? Like, do you think, and that's really what it comes down to, right? Do you think the piece that you're going after is still going to be on the board when you're trying to get him?
I mean, possibly, but that's the risk. That's the risk that you got to take.
That's the risk you take moving back, right?
That's the risk that you take.
And is that the best plan of attack? Like I said, and I think there's enough depth. And I've said it a couple times. I think there's enough depth in this draft that it's okay to move back. You'll have that opportunity. But, dog, this is a draft we're probably not going to see a quarterback go until I don't think a quarterback goes until Pittsburgh. I think Pittsburgh takes
a quarterback is going at 8. A quarterback is going at 8. Malik Willis is going at 8. So. Hey. If I'm lying, I'm dying, dog. I don't
think so, dog.
Malik Willis is going at 8.
You might be dying, dog. I ain't gonna.
This is the thing. If he wasn't, then I for real say.
Why?
I for real sit up there and say like, oh well, you know that they like Baker and the Seahawks is talking. The Seahawks are
So
already
why would,
said.
and the Falcons currently sit at 8. Why would I get it, like you've got no situation there. But this ain't the time for them to be taking a quarterback.
Who?
The Falcons? They got nothing else. The best player on the team is Cordero Patterson.
True, but I mean, you let go. Well, nah, they're trying to see what they got in Marcus.
You got nothing in Marcus. You got
It's the Falcons, bro.
You got a dude that can hold on to a football. You know what I'm saying? Like when the ball gets snapped back,
it's
you
the
get
Falcons.
I don't know.
No, I'm not. No, Bucky. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that he's overhyped. What I'm saying is, he's gonna be the only QB that's.
Oh, he's the only quarterback going in the first round.
That's gonna be taken in the first round.
Yeah, he's the only quarterback going in the first round.
Kenny Pickett. First off, he good. I'm not trusting with 2 gloves. What are you doing? No. I'm just joking. But he's not better than Malik Willis.
2 glove Tommy out here.
But like Seattle. See, this is the thing. The only 3 teams that I could see taking them are Atlanta, Pittsburgh, and Seattle. Seattle already said they're not in no rush to trade for Baker. So you got at least say that, hey, if I'm Seattle, I'm thinking about taking Malik Willis, because if you wasn't, they'd be on the phone right now.
Does Baker, where does Baker end up on draft night?
He can end up on one of them 3 teams.
Atlanta can't pay him, right?
Well, Atlanta is not like New Orleans. They got.
I ain't gonna lie to you though. I would kind of vibe with Baker in Atlanta. Baker be kind of lit.
I think that they said the only thing is because he asked him for 20 M's. I'm not about to give you 20 M's. You have showed.
Hey, you can ask for whatever you want. If ain't nobody gonna give it to you, you can.
I'll give you 14, and we'll go from there.
I mean that just becomes thank you for playing the work version of our game, my boy. like
legit.
You can ask for whatever you want. Listen, hey, I want somebody to give me 20 M's for the oh, that's true. Kyle Pitts probably is their best player. Man, I don't know. Nah, Cordell Patterson still might be their best player.
Cordell Patterson was giving you instant production.
And he was giving you production at the running back, wide receiver,
like everywhere. That Mike was killing in fantasy.
And here's the wild part, right? So you're looking at your top teams in the draft right now. Jacksonville, the fact that they're number 1 again is annoying as heck because they added a ton of.
But now they can actually field a good team.
You know what I'm saying?
Which is wild to me.
They added a ton of talent. Detroit's 2, not surprised there. Houston is 3. Does Houston go quarterback?
Fam.
Not with Lovey as the coach, though. Nah. Probably not with Lovey as the coach.
Nah, I think they're trying to stick it out one more year with Davis Mills. Yeah, I don't know what's going that.
That ain't good.
That would shock me.
Hey, look, that ain't good. And then you got what? You got your Giants. What do you expect your Giants to do? 5, right? They sit at 5 and they sit at 7. Thanks to the Chicago Bears. By the way, appreciate you for that quarterback you gave us. What do you expect the Giants to do here at 5?
Evan Neal and Nakobe Dean. It's only right. It's only right. If we don't, I would be shocked. Cause if you talk, cause you said I'm just going off of what Mar said. You said we got weapons. If we got the weapons, finish building out the offensive line, and then go get me my pass rusher. Go give me my Swiss Army knife.
You probably need to build out both.
They made the 2 O-line pickups.
Yeah,
they made the 2 O-line pickups. They swear that this is the change because we ain't get them no O-line help. So them your two pickups. You add Neal into that equation. They say we in business. All right, I'm gonna give you a shot. At least give me the Kobe Dean.
I love
At least
Baki.
give me the Kobe Dean.
I love Baki saying I ain't trusting Kenny Pickett because he's a North Carolina quarterback. Enough said. Listen.
Hey, listen, that too.
In one sport, we legit love North Carolina. In another sport, we got legit beef with North Carolina, bro. Like that's pretty hilarious. Panthers at 6. Panthers are in the quarterback market. They've informed Sam Darnold that they are going to go after a quarterback. Do you go after a quarterback at 6, though?
I mean,
trying to see when they have another pick. I believe.
Well, not Malik Willis can go at 6.
Malik Willis might be going at 6, honestly.
Malik Willis go at 6. Kenny Pickett go at 8.
Kenny Pickett. Atlanta drafting a quarterback this year makes no sense to me. You literally had unless Cordero Patterson's going to block for you as well. Atlanta. Good Lord, I just had a stroke. Y'all saw that? Atlanta playing or going for a quarterback this season just doesn't make sense to me. Why would you go for a quarterback this year when you know you're going to need so much more on top of that? I mean, listen, maybe I would use New York as the example there, right? Like maybe freaking what's your quarterback name?
Daniel Jones.
Maybe Daniel Jones can play football. But he's been behind one of the worst offensive lines in football for the last 3 years.
Oh yeah, he been getting killed. But hey, he been losing the ball on his own a lot too.
Listen, you get hit 47 times a game and see how well you hold on to the ball.
Hey man, listen, they say he got it. So
I mean, and that's what I'm saying though. Like, if they go linemen, they get a couple of nice linemen in the draft this year. Guess what? All of a sudden, Daniel Jones can play football. Now you're talking about, hey, glad we got Daniel Jones. Shout out to Dave Gettleman. I doubt you'll be saying that, but still.
I did a terrible job. I'm gonna get up.
You're gonna be cheering for Tyrod this year for sure.
I actually look.
I hope he get a real shot.
I really do. I'm
gonna be real with you. I feel bad about it, but I hope Daniel Jones ain't the starter out of training camp.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not mad at that either.
Because Tyrod already played with what's his name, right? Or no, he wasn't on the team yet. Dabo wasn't on the team with Rex. Tyrod was on the team with Rex Ryan.
Yeah.
Dabo wasn't on the team with Rex.
But this is the thing. Tyrod can play.
Tyrod just get hurt.
Tyrod
has the most weird injuries in NFL history.
Nah, he didn't play last season because somebody stuck him with Yeah, what was that like? Right, well, not last season, but the year before that with Justin Herbert. He was getting like a shot.
No, didn't he? He had surgery and they messed up or something.
It was something that they messed up
and
on.
It caused his lung to collapse. Something messed up and it caused his lung to collapse.
Yeah, I remember because the Chargers were supposed to play the Chiefs.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, Tony Romo was like, "Yeah, so Justin Herbert's getting the start." I was like, "Oh, all right." Yeah. No, see they puncture his lung.
Bro. Give that man Tyrod a chance, bro. Tyrod can play. I wouldn't be surprised if you saw Tyrod Taylor have a season this year where like he's phenomenal and then like he comes back to earth the next season, but y'all see him be phenomenal, and so the Giants are just like, pay him $100 million. You got to, and then he get his bag. Get your bag, Tyrod, man. Then he just be like that, a regular dude. You know the rest of the way. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about. But no,
hey man, hey, all we need is 6.
All we need is 6.
All we need is 6.
So now you're sitting.
That is so depressing.
That's sad. Yeah, it's a sad life, bro. Hey, look, I feel your pain, brother.
But at least R6 puts us in the playoffs.
Forget y'all, man.
Y'all fix everything and then don't fix that, dog.
Yeah, it is what it is. It
If
is
you're
crazy
trash,
that
you
that
can host a
division
home
is that
playoff
bad,
game.
bro. That division is so bad. It's so dumb to me. How are you not going off of conferences? Like, divisions matter, but like at the same time, set that mug up with conferences so that we can get the playoffs that we want, not the playoffs that freaking where we get a first round where like Philly makes the playoffs. How'd Philly make it? They beat a guy at the end of the season that like didn't matter or care about the game at all and knew that they were gonna dog walk Philly if they got him in the first week, so they just didn't care if they made
Bro,
the playoffs. Like
it's like
they
legitimately
ran an
being
old dog out there on defense against Philly, basically, just to let them in the playoffs and let them have something.
fam. Being subpar is like rewarded. Like,
It blows my mind, dog, that we still live in a league like this, dog. By the way, guys, if you guys enjoy the content, appreciate you guys for tuning in and rocking with us, man. Join up in the Discord, man. We got the link in the
yup,
chat
yup.
as well, man. We got the Discord bus and Baki always dropping gems in there. We got a couple muds in there. Me and Kid was chopping it up during the game yesterday. We're gonna get into that a little bit as well, by the way, as we close out this thing. But is there a player that falls, because you guys are 2 picks ahead of us as well? Is there a player? Shout out to Rudd, just joined the Discord. Shout out to you, bro. That falls that you feel like is going to be a superstar in this NFL year one? Is there a sleeper for that second round?
Sleeping for the second round. Like, honestly, I would have to say, dog. I would have to say Sky Moore.
Sky Moore.
Like,
Sky Moore might get to the third.
and this is the thing. I'm gonna tell you why.
I like Sky Moore. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Like, this dude has good hands, good feet. The way he controls his body is crazy. Like the adjustments on some of them catches is wild. And he didn't have a quarterback.
Yeah.
He legitimately does everything. If you talking about like mugs that's coming from no name schools, especially receivers, that's my dude that's next up. And I told you, I hesitated because I'm like you. I don't want to crown this dude the next nothing. But he remind me a lot of AB. He remind me a lot of AB.
He's tough.
I'm not
He's got to
gonna
go up and get it. He's definitely a tough wide receiver. Great hands on him. Really good speed on him as well. They kind of used him in that Debo Samuel like role. Like, hey, we'll send you behind the line. We'll send you out. You know what I'm saying?
Plus,
The
and that boy can do some damage in the slot, man.
yeah,
That boy can do some damage in the slot, bro. His feet is crazy.
he's got
That
good
boy's
feet.
feet is crazy, bro.
The crazy part is Sky Moore really might go down because there's so many big body guys with speed this year, right? Like if you're ranking what you're gonna pick as a GM, you're probably 6'3", good hands. Let's go with that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Muggs ain't never checking for the 5'11", 6-foot dudes.
I mean, you do, right? But like, I'm gonna pick the 6'3" one over him more times.
Yeah.
So
Sky
Moore might get to that third round even. And I feel like it's guys like that are the reason that the Bears that Ryan Poles is okay with trading back. I feel like it's guys like that is the reason that the Bears are okay with, we'll give you these picks right now. Give us the picks later in this round. What's the one thing tonight? Not tonight, tomorrow night, right?
Mm-hmm.
That the Bears could do that you would feel like that was the wrong move?
I would honestly say probably D lineman.
Really?
No, because they already got enough solid D linemen on the line already. Like D line for the Bears, I'm not totally worried about that. I would like take a look at AK if he there, but if not, I'm straight. But D line would just nah.
I think the
Like
only thing
like
I think
nah.
the only thing the Bears could do tonight that I would look at and I would be like, that was the wrong decision. That was not a good decision by the Bears. Would be to make a trade, but the best part of the trade comes next season. So you trade back for picks, you end up trading away your second, but you end up with a late first rounder next year.
Oh, yo, my fault too. Hey, John Michie the third is another sleeper. He broke his ankle, so we didn't get to get a real look at him in the national championship game.
He
But
broke in the game before the national championship, right?
huh?
He was still out there playing, wasn't he? Like
Yeah, I think
he broke his
I think
ankle,
he
but
did.
he was
I
really
think he
just
did like one. I think he did like one series, and then he took him out. But if he's on the board, I would definitely take him because Alabama fam, they print wide receiver.
Alabama print everything except quarterbacks. And then there was Mac Jones.
Mac Jones might be the one anomaly.
Mac Jones is legitimately the first good quarterback since what? Roger Staubach? Like,
True.
I don't think there's been another good quarterback, or not Roger Staubach. Is it Roger Staubach? Not Roger Staubach. Who am I thinking of? Freaking Joe Namath, right? Wasn't Joe Namath Alabama? Hold on, let's see. Alabama quarterback. It's not going to be a huge list in the NFL. AJ McCarron, Tua. Oh, forgot about Tua. Jalen Hurts it was Alabama.
No. Joe Namath went to Alabama. Jalen Hurts did too. Jalen
Joe
Hurts was
Namath.
20.
That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, no. Jalen Hurts was 20-2 before they went to
Hey, so look. So these are your Alabama quarterbacks, right? Bart Starr, Packers, great. Pat Trammell, Joe Namath,
who?
exactly. And then you go Steve Sloan, Ken Stabler, Scott Hunter, Richard Todd, Jeff Rutledge, Mike Shula, Jay Barker, Brody Croyle, Greg McElroy, AJ McCarron, Tua, Jalen Hurts, Mac Jones.
Hey, outside of Dick, who was the fourth one? Nah, you said Dick, I done missed them.
Who? Which one?
I think it was like top 5. Outside of that fifth one, they garbage.
The top 5 Alabama quarterbacks all time. Mac Jones is already on it.
No.
Gotta
I'm
be.
just saying,
You
like
talking Joe Namath?
the first 5 people that you mentioned.
Oh, Bart Starr, Pat Trammell, and Joe Namath.
Yeah,
Kenny
nah.
Stabler,
Outside of
Stabler
that,
was.
no. You said Ken Stabler.
Ken Stabler was.
Ken Stabler was good, but after that,
Ken Stabler was good and bad. The distinction on quarterback was weird back then. That's what y'all got to understand. Kenny Stabler threw from 27,000 yards, 194 touchdowns, 222 interceptions. But his record was 96-49.
oh, so you Jimmy G out here?
Nah, that's just how they did quarterbacks back then, dog. That's why I say you really with the NFL, you really can't compare like the numbers people are putting up to the quarterbacks back then because the route was literally like go straight.
Hey, nah, they was running a mess out the ball. Though. I ain't gonna lie.
They was running the mess out of the ball. Guess what? Back then, I'd have paid running backs. Today,
hey, cause
honestly, back then, I probably still wouldn't have.
nah,
I probably would have been the first person to not pay a running back.
nah, cause Emmitt Smith is the only one that gave me 1,000 yards and then decided to retire.
I'd have paid Walter Payton.
Well, I'll rip. It's Walter.
I'd have paid Walter.
It's sweetness.
I'd have paid AP. I would have paid Barry Sanders if I wasn't on the Lions.
Oh yeah, legitimately. Barry left because they was losing.
Yeah, I would have paid Barry Sanders if he wasn't on the Lions.
I'm paying Emmett though.
And I would pay what's his name now. That's probably it. I'm not even paying Emmett. You know why?
You not paying Emmett?
No.
What?
You wanna know why? You wanna know why? Hey, you wanna know why? Because them big boys that stood in front of him made his life real easy.
But he left the Cowboys, went to Arizona, and did the same thing.
I might have missed on that one, but I still wouldn't have paid him. I'd have paid them offensive linemen. Hey, who came in after Emmitt Smith? That's a good one. Who was hold up.
Steve-O, you not gonna pay Walter?
I'm definitely paying Walter.
Is you tripping?
Let's see. Dallas Cowboys running backs. Because it would have been Emmett was 90s, right? So it would have been.
I know Eric Dickerson too, though.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Big shot. Emmitt Smith was 90s. How long he played till? When did Emmett leave?
What, 2001?
When did Emmett leave? 2001 over there?
2001, 2002, something like that.
Let's see.
Oh, now.
Spilled the whole water. Whole computer messed up. Let's see. Emmitt Smith, ridiculous numbers. I'm not taking it away from him. That offensive line made it easy. Oh no, Steve-O, yeah, we paying Walter. We definitely paying Walter.
No.
So he left in 2002. So let's see. 2003. Dallas Cowboys running back. Because I want to see what kind of production that was. Troy Hambrick. 275 rushes for 972 yards, 5 touchdowns, and 17 catches. He also split that time with a fullback that had 70 rushes for 306 yards. I'd pay Emmitt Smith for that offensive line. Or I'd pay that offensive line before I paid Emmitt Smith.
Oh, yeah, because don't nobody even know who that he is.
One of the best offensive lines in history. Yeah, I'm going to put my money on y'all. Yeah, I'm saying stop playing with it, man. Hey, man, we appreciate y'all for pulling up and rocking with us, man. Tune in with us tomorrow. As always, man, from 11 to 1. We'll be doing some draft breakdown, giving our mock drafts.
Yes, sir.
Make sure y'all tune in and rock with us on that, man. Given where we think the Bears are going to take. I'm not doing a full mock draft. I'm just mock drafting the Bears. I'm not going to lie to you, dog.
Oh, yeah,
not doing a full mock draft.
I'm not even going to lie.
You know what? Here, I'll do the Bears. You do the Giants. We'll give you 2 teams.
I bet.
I don't know if there's Giants fans in here, but I'll do the Bears. You do the Giants. But no, tune in and rock with us tomorrow for our mock draft on that. We'll do some more draft breakdown. And, any news that breaks, we'll be dropping videos on that throughout the day as well. Man, keep it. We appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us. As always, man, it's your boy, Pat the Designer, back at it again. Joined by the man formerly known as Stefan Adon, or the man formerly known as Ringo J, Mr. Stefan Adon. I be getting it mixed up. Don't worry about it.
Yes, sir.
Hey, yo, Chicago. Y'all stay safe out there, man. Peace.
Peace. Oh, man, I see.